All right, today we are doing flexibility for September 29th. Yesterday we did body composition. So if you go to Google Classroom under September 28th through October 2nd, click on flexibility, and the slides that we're covering are going to be right here under Move Across Kansas. Remember that you can use a table of contents if you want to move to each slide faster. So flexibility will start on slide 22. You'll need to know that flexibility is a range of motion where your joints can move. So people who are inactive can lose flexibility. Stretching helps lengthen your muscle and tendons. We're going to talk about two different types of stretches today, dynamic stretches and static stretches. If you may be familiar with these if you do sports. Dynamic stretches are stretches that you would do for a warm-up. So things like various like agilities, high knees, butt kicks, Frankensteins, they just help. That Frankensteins are like a hamstring stretch. So anything you do during movement is a dynamic stretch. And then a static stretch would be something that you would do while you are not moving, so while you're holding still. And that would be after a cool down, you would typically do a static stretch. So dynamic means movement, and it's for a warm-up, and static means standing still, and it's after a cool down, so after your workout is over. Okay, so your assignment is on slide 24. You need to pick one dynamic stretch and one static stretch, and I've listed here. So these links are like a baseball dynamic stretch. This one is part 1 and 2. So you would do both if you want to do this basketball one. So they're 4 minutes long and a total of 30 minutes. So dynamic stretch and a static stretch. Most yoga videos are going to be a static stretch. Unless I have it listed here, it says dynamic and static. So you pick two different exercise stretches. So it has to be one dynamic and one static. You're going to tell me which ones you did on the Google form. The link to the form is here. It's also in Google Classroom. During PE class, you only log your PE stuff, and then if you did stuff after school, you would log that after your practice. So on the form, make sure you, here's what it looks like for you guys. Okay, on the form, remember that this is Red Week. Miss Addison is your teacher. And then what block you have me, and the fitness component you would select today is flexibility, okay, because we're doing flexibility today. And then the two things you learned. So I want one thing about dynamic stretching and one thing about static stretching. If you already forgot, that's okay. You have access to the slides. And that is on slides 22 and 23. I need to know that you understood the difference. So please make sure you're clear on the definition of dynamic and static. Today you'll be doing fitness for class. If you did miles outside of school, that would be a different form that you would submit. Or different, you do miles and then it'd be the same form, sorry. How many minutes did you do? So I need a total of 30 minutes during class, so hopefully you had time to get 30 minutes in. And then miles, this question is optional. You don't have to put anything there, but if you do 30 minutes, it would equal 1 mile. And then what video did you do? This is where you would put dynamic. And if you picked the basketball one, you would put the basketball one here. And then static, if you did a yoga one, you do the yoga video. So whatever those videos are called, and then I still need a picture or a quick video of you doing that exercise. So remember, you go to add files, you select files from your devices, and if you did it recently, it would be here in your recent. So if it's a picture or a video, you have to submit that before you can submit this form. Okay, so today is flexibility. When you finish those videos, please turn in the Google form so we can keep tracking our miles.